Hello, my Raptors fans. Welcome to the post-game press conference after the Raptors victory. I'm going to take a live to that right now.
Whether on the go or on the job, the legendary Toyota Tundra will leave you tundra-struck. It's time to be impressed. It's time to Toyota.
Introducing Chewy is the proud partner of your Toronto Maple Leafs and their pets. At Chewy, you can get everything delivered for life.
How important are the reps you're getting right now with Scotty and IQ, given, both guys have been in and out of the lineup this year? Darko mentioned it too.
No, it's great, honestly. It's great for building chemistry. Hopefully we can get some even more reps in these last couple of games for the season. I think it shows out there that we've been putting in the work throughout the year, and now getting to test that more and more during the game in the second half of the season is huge for us.
Darko has been emphasizing defense since the start of the season, and now the results are really starting to show. What is the biggest difference you've seen on that end of the floor from the start of the season? And I guess what allowed you guys to stick with it and continue to put in the work on that end even when the results weren't showing?
I think it's just a matter of playing a defensive style that's not usual for the NBA, and a lot of guys aren't used to it, like us included. So in the beginning, you're gonna, not be on the same page as much as you're used to, maybe especially for us guys that have been around. You're gonna make mistakes because you're not used to being in these positions. But the idea is that we do it for long enough to where we get really comfortable in it, and then we can put the other team in uncomfortable situations. And I think that's starting to show. We're able to put a lot of pressure on guys and force them to make mistakes, and that's awesome for us. And that gets us running, it gets us going on offense.
How do you guys know when you're out there? This might be a silly question, but how do you guys, when you're out there, know that it is clicking the way that it needs to click? Is it communication, that guys are talking? Do you just notice that guys are in the right spots, at least compared to earlier in the year?
I don't know. I think everybody, like us on the court and people watching, can tell when something's working or not working. For us, the goal was to get there, and now we're nowhere close to being done, but I think we're on a good way. We're really showing that we can put in these stretches, put in really good work on defense and on offense. Teamwork is flowing over long periods of times, and now it's a matter of taking that to the next step, doing it against even better opponents, doing it over a whole season, and hopefully the results will follow.
Have you seen any common traits among the four rookies who played so much this year?
Any common traits? Yeah. They're all really hardworking, and they're good guys. I think as far as play style goes, they're very different, individually, but it's cool to see how much time they're getting on the court together. Reminds me of my early times in the NBA. That was, I don't know. For me, there's always the best part of playing the game is being out there with the guys that you're putting work in all summer long. That you're trying to build those connections, and then being able to show it off in the game is obviously really cool.
A bit more of a general question, but you've had some great head coaches obviously in this league. What makes Darko unique as a coach?
I think his work ethic is incredible. And his passion for the sport and just us as a team and getting us better. It really shows, and he shows it off a lot as well. You can tell in practice during games, he's really adamant about what he wants this stuff to look like, and I think he has a very clear vision, and Yeah, he's smart. I think he understands basketball really well. He understands modern basketball really well. Yeah, for him to get that message across, it's been good for us. And like we said earlier, I think it's been showing.
You came here known for his player development. It's obviously something that he's passionate about and feels strongly about. Generally, it's easier for an assistant coach with the amount of time they have to dedicate time for that. How have you seen Darko kind of, especially in 2 years now, learn to manage his time and find ways to emphasize player development?
I mean, to be honest, like, I didn't know Darko a whole lot before he came here, so to me he's always been more in that head coaching role. Like, I didn't know the assistant coach or player development coach Darko. So for me it's just been a really natural development for him. Like, obviously, like, first time in a head coaching position, like, there's situations that are new to you, but it didn't really seem like that very often. Like, he seemed pretty natural right from the beginning.
You mentioned how much you enjoyed those early years with the bench club. Does it feel kind of nostalgic to come back and be able to oversee sort of a new crop of guys in a similar stage of their career all coming up together on the bench together?
Yeah, I think those situations like tonight when like to finish the game, we got 4 rookies out there that all kind of go through this stuff together until they do a bunch of stuff off the court together as well. Like that obviously brings back memories and like reminds me of those times, and it's fun to see for sure.
A lot of minutes this last stretch of the season, it feels like you're really in control of the offense. Does it feel comfortable out there for you?
Yeah, it's getting to where, I kind of know what to expect and what to look for. When you've played with a group of guys for over 60 plus games, you start to learn them. And, I think I've gotten comfortable with everybody and kind of know where and when they want the ball. So I think the offense is kind of flowing for me right now.
You came in, everybody's talking about your defense, and take 16 shots in 22 minutes tonight. Did you think at the beginning of the year this could be ahead for you?
Not really. Like you said, 16 shots in 22 minutes is a lot. But, coaches told me to just be confident. My teammates told me to just be confident, and they know I'm very unselfish. So those shots were open, and I just tried to take what the game was giving me.
You've shown a great ability to create space with contact. How do you approach finishing around bigger defenders?
Yeah. I'm shorter, but I'm pretty strong. And I think this league allows you to use your force and use a bump or two to try to get open. And I think the best player in our league that does it is Shea. And, I just try to take little things from everybody's game and try to incorporate in my game, trying to go downhill and, use my shoulder or something like that just to create a little bit of space downhill.
Turnovers have been an issue for you guys. You had 0 tonight. You guys had 6 as a team. As a point guard, how much of a priority has that been as the season has gone on?
That was my first issue with Coach, dating back to training camp. Just don't turn the ball over. And, even Coach Sampson used to tell me as a freshman, just, as a point guard, you don't turn the ball over. Everybody else may be able to, but as a point guard, you can't. So, I think just taking care of the ball and, like you said, we only had 6 as a team. We give ourselves a good chance to win if we only have 6 turnovers as a team.
Your assist numbers have been amazing this season, even just relative to your own draft class. Just when you kind of think about the player that you're kind of becoming, what player do you want to be known as? Like, what do you want to be kind of known for this league?
Whatever my team needs me to be known as. Whatever helps us win every day, whether it's the best passer, best defender, a cutter, whatever helps us win at the end of the day, I want to be that. I think that we have a great group of guys, and we have a great front 3 that could be the best player on the floor any given night. Those guys are just really, really good. So it's my job to come in and try to maximize what they do and just be helpful in whatever role I can be in.
And then just even with the assists alone, like, how are you able to effectively find your teammates?
Like I said, just playing over and over with them. I know where JB's going to be most of the time. I know where J-Mo's going to be most of the time. Jacoby, starting to play with Quick more. Scotty, I know where these guys are going to be. It's just my job to, create space and then get it to them in a good spot.
It's rare that teams have a lot of rookies, and especially a lot of rookies that all play together. How are you and Jameson and John and all the rookies, like, how do you guys get along off the court? Do you think of it as like a unique thing that you have this chance to sort of play together so much?
I think it's so fun. Coming in together, us having our own draft class and actually playing together is, like you said, is rare. But I think it's been so much fun because, off the court, we're really childish with each other. We joke around a bunch, but once we step on the court, we're really locked in. We help each other. We yell at each other. We talk like brothers. And, I think that helps us even more.
Who's got the best spots off the court that you guys will go together?
I think the only spot that everybody has been to is mine. So I think I'm kind of like home base for everybody. But, we all meet up and go places to eat or whatever. It's just, whenever we feel like hanging out together, because we're all together a lot. So just whenever we feel like hanging out together, we do it.
Unlock the world's largest, most liquid financial market with Forex.com. Forex, or FX, involves trading one currency for another. It's a big deal with a daily turnover of $7.5 trillion. Forex markets are super liquid, ever-changing, and available 24/5. That means one thing: potential trading opportunities. Discover these opportunities with Forex.com, an award-winning.
Houston's tipping off in like 5 minutes.
Yes, sir, they are.
What's it been like, kind of watching that team and just watching college basketball generally, after a 4-year career, and what's it like been watching you from this perspective?
It's awesome to become a fan and an alumni. I take it with so much pride because, I know all of those guys. I know what that program's about. And getting to see them excel without me and, everybody's coming into their own. It's so awesome to see. I'm excited to just be a fan for once. So it's really cool.
That's another pretty good defensive appearance by all your guys, you think, tonight?
Yes, we managed to keep them in each quarter, less than 3 points. I thought that we kept them shooting 40% from the field. I thought that we had great stretches there. I thought that Scotty did great job on Bridges, 4 for 20. I thought that we did great job. Nick Smith off the bench, Jamal guarding him. I thought that Jacoby's minutes, especially in that third quarter, that he really changed the game. I thought that overall good defensive performance from the team.
You've been using starters about 30 minutes a game, maybe 3 of them every game. Is that the balance that you want in these last 10 games, to get them a little bit of run but not too much in every other game?
Yes.
Why do you feel that's necessary?
Just because I want to create opportunities for young guys to have more opportunities there, to play together, to finish some of those games. I thought that Jamal did an outstanding job handling, down the stretch, executing offensively for us. I think those minutes are so precious for the guys to be in those situations and to learn. And also I like to keep starters kind of still in the rhythm of playing together and playing for each other and continue to create some chemistry there. As you guys know, Quick did not play for a big stretch of games, and I want him as much as possible to be on the court with Scotty and with Yak, so those guys can work out some things together.
For the guys that are getting the regular rest nights, and I guess IQ particularly as a shooter, is it tougher to maintain their rhythm, having, I guess, longer off days in between games? Do they have to do anything differently during those off days?
There are no off days. I don't know how did you come up with the idea they have off days. So we have play groups.
On game day.
It's a game day. We have play groups, and they continue playing every single day in the gym. So every day on a game day when we rest somebody, we're going to have a play group. So all of those guys, they're going to get a lot of run, and even very specific run for them, so they can get their conditioning, rhythm, and all of that. So they cannot find excuse in not having the rhythm. Go into game there, make shots.
How about quickly, imagine next year you guys win 50-plus games. What about a big...
Okay.
What in his game will have changed between now and then?
I think it's not that much of a change. I think it's continuing to do great things that he's doing for us. I thought that tonight that he was doing a great job moving the ball, finding his teammates. He was aggressive. He was making threes. And also on defensive end, you could see that he was trying to blow up DHOs. He was aggressive in one-on-one. I think it's just for him to find continuity of playing with us and staying healthy. And I think I already am seeing improvements with his body, that he's getting stronger and more physical on the court. That's pretty much it. He has all the talent in the world to help us win 50-plus games.
You take a guy like Cole Swider. I mean, he's obviously got tremendous shooting pedigree in the G League, but in the NBA hasn't converted, hasn't translated. What have you seen that you liked, and what do you kind of communicate to a person like that who's got a very specific skill, but how do you do it at the next level?
The most important thing is not to put too much pressure on himself that he needs to make shots. I know that he's a great shooter. Like, there is no doubt about that. He just needs to go out there. He's still getting to know the team and schemes, and is it okay for me to shoot that shot or not? He just needs to relax, be himself, and let the ball fly. So I got no doubt that he's going to be making shots here.
And having him and also Jacoby, an improving shooter, obviously Jameson, having multiple shooters around Scotty and Yak, I mean, how much do you like the look of that?
I mean, definitely when you have more shooting on the floor, it helps with your spacing. And I also do think that it helps with your ball movement as well. Because when you have great shooters on the court, defense is going to be more intense on a closeout, which is going to create more driving opportunities and more driving kick opportunities. So I think it's very important to have those guys on the floor, and definitely especially when they're making shots, that's really good.
Obviously, this stretch has been about seeing young guys play, but how encouraging has it been to see Scotty and Emmanuel and Yak sort of carry the load and lead the team to wins like tonight?
It's great to see them how hard they play, and that's very impressive, and how connected they are, and how they communicate with each other, and how they support each other. That's big for me. For me, everything starts with playing hard, and everything starts with having good team chemistry, and that's something that I'm really proud of that we have with this team.
I'm TJ Ford, and you're watching the Raptors YouTube channel. Check out our latest videos and subscribe to our YouTube page.
Works right into the lane, puts it up and in!
TJ runs away, fades, fires, Edwards, timeout, Minnesota. Due to huge volatility for the 8th consecutive.
Do you know how much I love you? This much.